my ultimate ambition here is to have the best program in the country at this level, and that's a very subjective thing, you know, and so that's a never-ending process.
Josh Schertz has driven the LMU men's basketball program into uncharted territory in his 8 years as head coach. From 2011 to 2015, it appeared in 5 straight NCAA tournaments. But those appearances resulted in 5 straight season-ending losses, 4 in the second round. And the Splitter season would end right there, 76-61.
And the Falcons go on to beat LMU 98-86. Mount Olive advances to the round of 16 with a 75-55 win. LMU's memorable season comes to a close.
But we felt like, and I believe this, you know, if you keep putting yourself back in that position, eventually it's going to fall your way, you know. That is the hardest thing to do, is to keep getting back into that position.
The 6th time, however, was the charm for LMU, and this time around, it wasn't even close.
It was unbelievable. I mean, we won by, I think we were up 42-15 in the first half in the opening round, and then we were up in the 35, I think, in the regional semis, and we were up 27-28 late in the regional championship game. It was unbelievable to play 3 games in a row like that, and we did the same thing really in the conference tournament.
The Rail Splitters cruised into the Sweet 16 and ultimately the Elite 8 for the first time in program history. The Rail Splitters are Frisco, Texas bound. They knock off Lenoir-Rhyne 103-80 and are going to the Elite 8. But the train kept chugging into the Final 4, and then it was on to the national championship.
Dennis at the buzzer, no good, and LMU is going to the championship game.
But while LMU would fall short of its goal of a national title, the ride was nothing short of memorable.
Well, I think it's incredible. You know, you look at this group of seniors, 117 wins and 15 losses in 4 years. I mean, how many guys ever do that? 4 straight regular season titles, 2 tournament titles. They had all these things. The one thing really missing was that run, and I wanted the run, not for selfish reasons, not even for outside perception reasons. I wanted it because I understood how special this group was.
Especially for a group that had helped establish the program as a national contender.
But for those guys to make that run and be the first team to win the region, first team to advance the Elite 8, first team to play for a national championship is something really special. That just, this team was a special group, and to see its legacy solidified like that was really nice.
The only thing left to do now is win a national championship.
I think when I was younger, I was a guy who checked boxes. That was me, like, get this, do this, and knock off. And as I've gotten older, I think it's more about growth. Had we won the national championship, I would have came back, would have celebrated probably much harder than we did. But then we would have had to move on to what's next. I wasn't going to retire. The seniors are going to graduate.
And if and when that happens, great. But if it doesn't,
so you can't allow, outside people to define success for you. You got to define success and what you feel like, success is to you individually.
The Rail Splitters will have traveled one of the more memorable tracks in Division II men's basketball.
I hope that, whenever it's over, however many, whenever my run here is over, that people will say that, that he brought value, he did it the right way, he left it better than he found it.
Staking their claim as a well-oiled machine at every stop along the way.
Welcome back. The football Cats get yet another recruit to commit for 2017, and the addition moves them above Alabama in recruiting classes in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, that seems strange, right? Big get for Mark Stoops today. Check it out. Alex King verbally commits to Kentucky. He's a 3-star defensive end out of Mason, Ohio. Listed at 6'3", 225 pounds, King chooses Kentucky over other offers from several other Power 5 conference schools, including Tennessee, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, and a bunch more. Kentucky, for now, has the #1 rated recruiting class in the SEC. So enjoy it while you can, Big Blue Nation. Not sure that'll stay the same, especially if Nick Saban has anything to say about that. Also happening today, scrimmage #2 out at Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington for the football Cats.
Yeah, we're just 2 weeks out from the official UK spring game, and Mark Stoops left the scrimmage earlier today, well, with a smile on his face. He liked what he saw out of his special teams, defense, and offense. Also talked about sophomore quarterback Drew Barker playing well despite facing some early difficulty because the defense was playing well.
I thought he was good. You know, it was good today because he had some adversity early, I thought. The defense had some stops and we're really playing pretty good. They settled in, he got more, opportunities, and then we ended up, starting to move it a little bit.
All right, Barker happy with his performance at the scrimmage today. Most of the good stuff came in the second half, including a touchdown drive in the very first possession of the second half. But the redshirt sophomore gives a lot of credit to the defense for making him work, and he knows that kind of pressure being put on him and his wide receivers will help the entire team down the road.
Yeah, I mean, we came out a little slow. You got to give some credit to the defense. I mean, those DBs are really good. I feel like that's going to, help us a lot. Wide receivers and quarterbacks and everything. I mean, because those DBs are looking really good. So, got to give some credit to them. But, I mean, yeah, we started a little slow. But, Coach Grant, Coach Henshaw, they call it the white paper mentality. You just got to, flip the page. It's a new page. Forget about the last play. And, we came out and, like I said, we faced a little adversity on our first couple of drives. But, we ended the scrimmage real well, so I was pleased with that.
A little windy.
A little windy everywhere today in Kentucky.
Yeah. All right, let's stay in Lexington. Jamal Murray is the first basketball cat to declare for the NBA draft. Let's see, he was AP All-American, he was All-SEC first team, and he lit the Nets up, lit them up.
Literally.
An
emotional day Friday afternoon in Lexington. Jamal shared the podium with his dad when he made his announcement that he was declaring for the NBA draft. He said, of course, he's taking the bow and arrow to the NBA, and he credits his father for staying on him to become a better player.
Oh, he helped me, he guided me, he taught me, frustrated me, annoyed me, but I love him, and he did everything he could, and without him I wouldn't be here. So I thank him for everything he's done.
Well, congrats to Jamal Murray. I think we'll see a couple of them go.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, still to come, high school softball. That's where you were from, Breathitt County.
Yeah, and later we check in with the baseball Cats as Kentucky looks to even the series with Tennessee.
Day 2 out at the Game On Kentucky Classic. Best game of the day, Perry Central Magoffin County, right?
Yes, exactly. Perry split its 2 games Friday. Meanwhile, Magoffin, well, they just kept on winning. The 10-3 Perry Central Lady Commodores taking on the undefeated Magoffin County Lady Hornets. Bottom of the first we go here. Laylee Burchell to the plate. Shoots one into center field. Well, that's going to score Jazzy Howard. Lady Hornets on the board early with a 1-0 lead. Still bottom first, Erin Bolin. She gets a hold of one, sends it deep into center field. Off the fence right there. Reagan Cray scores. It was a 3-run first inning for the Lady Hornets. Top of the fourth now we go. Perry Central down 5-1. Maddie Minks finds the gap in center field. Well, that scores another run for Perry Central. Lady Doors on second and third with 2 outs. Still top of the fourth. Lexi Haddix gets a base hit and brings Meeks home. Perry Central trailing now just by 1 run. A few batters later, Mahala Walker bloops one into shallow right. 2 more runs come around for Perry, and they lead the undefeated Lady Hornets 6-5. Now this game would need extras, and in the bottom of the 9th with 2 on and 2 out, senior Hannah Skaggs shoots one to right field for a base hit, and Burchell hightailing it around the bases. She scores from second, slides into home for the game-winning run, and Magoffin County improves to 9-0 with a 7-6 win over the Lady Commodores. Well, earlier in the day, the Lady Hornets faced off with the Jackson City Lady Tigers in pool play for the Game On Classic.
You went from up top to below now.
Yeah, no, I switched it up a little bit. When I got to the game, it was already 9-0 Magoffin County on top. Laylee Burchell working the shutout in the circle. Shay Trent, though, the Lady Tiger, who nailed the solo home run last night, laced one down the third baseline. Okay, watch this. She tried to go for the triple, and she's like, whoa, uh-oh, nope. Turning around.
Oh.
Pickle! Safely to second. She can laugh about it. She's a little out of breath, but the Lady Tigers shut out by the Lady Hornets. 9-0 the final score.
That's funny. All right. Oh, I'm up top. Look at this.
Yes, you're
More
back up top.
Pool play action from Breathitt County. It's not Central and Elliott County. Let's see what we have here. Top third, Lady Pat's up 1-0. Hannah Sloan. And that's what she has. Rips one past second baseman. She can't handle it. Fallon Sloan hustling in. She scores. Not Central up 2-0. Let's go top 5 now. Not up 3-0. Fallon now hits one at the pitcher. She bobbles it. Misses the throw at first. Faith clutch, she scores. She had a home run in this game, by the way. Lead out to 4-0 for Knott Central. Same inning, more scoring from Knott. Emily Rose. Now the senior smacks one up the middle. In comes Anna Sloan. You get the point that the 5th inning was a big one for the Lady Patriots. Stacia Smith sends a runner into left field. Another run comes around. Smith with the triple on that hit, a stand-up triple, and Knott Central beats Elliott County 10-0 in 6 innings.
Yeah, the host Lady Cats of Breathitt County getting together with Leslie County. More pool play action in the Game On Classic. Bottom first, 2-on for Kendra Hubbard. She rolls one into the outfield. That scores Jada Eastep and Madison Combs. Lady Eagles up 2-0 early on in this one. Same inning, Lady Eagles not done. Lindsay Shepard shoots one to left. Hubbard, she comes around, taps the plate. She's running hard. 3 runs in the first inning for Leslie County. Bottom second, Madison Combs adding to the lead. Bloops one to shallow right. Eastep scores, and 4-0 Lady Eagles at that point, and they go on to shut out Breathitt County 14-0 in 5 innings.
You got some shutouts today.
Yes. Did you see that little excitement dance from Eastep there? That was really funny. Coming up next on the show, final tune-up spring game for the Reds as they take on the Pirates.
So we got Major League Baseball, plus we have college baseball. The Wildcats and the Vols. Take a listen.
Senzel ropes it to right center. It's going to get down and go to the wall.
Kentucky tries to even up the series with Tennessee. Highlights from Knoxville.
The Baseball Cats trying to tie the series up in Knoxville, Kentucky at Tennessee for a 3-game series this weekend.
They lost big last night in Game 1, and they've lost 3 straight Friday games in SEC play. But the good news is for the Wildcats, in both previous instances, they bounced back to win on Saturday and Sunday. Scoreless in the 5th here. 2 outs and 1 on for Riley Mahan. Singles back up the middle. Dorian Hairston, come on in. It's 1-0 Wildcats. Same score in the 6th inning. Nick Senzel. He doubles to deep center. The 2 balls come around to score. Tennessee's got a 2-1 lead after that stand-up double. Wildcats had the answer in the 7th, though. You guys get all excited, but Gunnar McNeil says, take this. Well, it's not much, right? He grounds out. But Javon Shelby scores in the fielder's choice. We're tied up at 2. Then in the 8th, Cole Cottom, the Knoxville native. How do you like me now, hometown? Mahan's going to touch home on that hit. It's 3-2 Wildcats. Shelby adds insurance with 2 outs, a single to shallow center. Cottom scores. It's 4-2 UK. Wildcats needed the insurance. They pick up the 5-4 win to even up the series.
To the major leagues, some action here. Opening day right around the corner. Reds and Pirates meeting up in Indy for an exhibition game. Brandon Phillips smashes one straight center field, hits the wall at the 405 feet mark. Zach Cozart scores. Pittsburgh, though, with a response. David Freese. That's a 2-run jack over the trees in left center field. Pirates with the 2-1 lead early. Back come the Reds, though. Joey Votto. He sends one straight up the middle, and the speedy Billy Hamilton comes around and taps the plate. The Reds put up 7 runs in the 3rd, and the Pirates cannot keep up. 13-6. They win it over the Pirates. Here's manager Brian Price on getting the season started next week.
Yeah, we're chomping at the bit, I mean, we haven't had a lot of great reviews in the offseason. We understand that. We understand where we are as an organization. It doesn't mean that we've lowered our expectations to go out there and compete in the division and not just play hard, but win games and kind of introduce a young group, especially a young group of pitchers, to the major leagues and get them acclimated to pitching here and rebuilding that pitching staff.
The Reds will open up on Monday. The Pirates open up tomorrow on Sunday. So opening day is Monday, but they do that little Sunday night
Correct,
game
yeah.
stuff. So we close out the show with the year in review montage where we show you the most fun moments and best memories of this year on the Sports Overtime.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm really excited. We'll also name this week's Play of the Week.
You continue to make fun of yourself.
I'm sorry to make myself laugh.
It's okay. I'm glad.
Sue me.
I'm glad.
Don't.
Sue you. Don't. All right, before we get to the sports OT montage, we want to tell you about next Friday. That'll technically be the end of the Sports Overtime season. Tonight just being the last Sports Overtime Saturday night.
Yes, we'll have a year in review show next Friday, April 8th, right here on WYMT and WYMT.com. We'll let you relive some of the best stories of this Sports Overtime season. You can expect things like Whitney Creech's monster season, Pikeville and Belfry state title runs, and much, much more. We'll show you the best of the best from the Sports Overtime season again next Friday, right here on WYMT and WYMT.com.
What a year. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
It was fun, right?
It was fun.
You gotta be emotional. I was like,
I'm sorry. It caught me off guard. I'm reading and being, okay.
Got you. Did you have fun this year? That's my main question. Or how much fun did you have?
I had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Saturdays were always my favorite day.
Good.
Long days, but so worth it for the show.
And of course, this is our second year. Would you say it was better than last year?
Yes.
Improved product?
I would think so.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we had a different set, all kinds of stuff. There were a lot
Jamie
of...
got funnier.
Did I?
No, that was just a joke.
Well,
I stayed funny.
All right, that's true. You do stay funny. There were a lot of weird things that happened. I mashed up all the good memories and all the funny stuff that I said, and some of the funny stuff that you said, and all the stupid things we did. Here they are again. Enjoy.
Yay.
You ready to go again?
Absolutely. New set, though, means I have to wear heels for a solid 40 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know about the end of the show.
She did have loafers on. I tried to get her to wear them. Tonight, what's up, what's up? Welcome in. This is the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
NASCAR season is starting back tomorrow. Woo!
You excited?
So excited. Dale, yeah.
Dale, yeah. Home of my two favorite artists in Canada, Drake and the Biebs. Because you know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing, right? My mama don't like you, and she likes everyone.
Just roll this, please.
Also from Canada, that guy, the reigning Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
We had to do some heavy-duty digging to find video of their last state championship in 1989. So there's Blu-ray, there's DVDs, and then before that there was VHS, and then there's these babies, 3/4-inch tapes.
That's Carlito. You see Carlito?
Carlito!
Karl-Anthony Towns, he goes for 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I've got a wardrobe malfunction, don't come out. Jump to the fourth quarter, Knicks up. I should probably come back on.
Yeah, are you ready now?
Fix my color. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. She had to fix me. I had this great pumpkin tie. Look at that. All right, all right.
He had a costume change.
I had a costume. That's why you had to read that. Okay. Lauren, how are you doing tonight?
Really excited. She's good. We've got highlights to show you guys tonight. I'm excited.
Yeah. She is Lauren Cash. I am Jamie McCracken. Let's try to get Lauren through another show standing in heels tonight.
Baby steps, Jamie, baby steps.
All right, baby steps it is.
Hashtag
say it again.
preach
Okay.
Hashtag preach watch.
Put it in there.
Hashtag.
He takes it 6 yards deep, and he gone.
Angel Rodriguez. He gone. I took your word. Start with the Gatorade Player of the Year. He shares my name, but he is way cooler than me. Like, way. Cash Money Daniel.
Jarrell Simmons, this guy's, he's pretty good. Drives, and that's easy.
Right around the big man.
That was easy, though. Okay. More from Simmons, this time the 3-ball from the wing. That was easy, too. Nobody's guarding this guy.
Nobody's guarding him.
You might want to guard him.
It was cool back then.
Oh, my
To
goodness,
have
Lauren.
your teeth missing.
Lauren.
Wasn't it? It was cool in Louisville.
What is that? Can we see your teeth? You have any? Okay.
They're
That's
fully
good.
there now, I promise. Up next now, that we're done with making fun of Lauren's teeth, we're going to talk a little basketball.
Hey, man, I was a pumpkin, so what do you got? That was a fat pumpkin, too. I came out of my mom 9 pounds, 9 ounces. That was a big old boy. Now I'm like this
Just
little
read
skinny
one.
guy.
I really wanted to light this cupcake and, have you blow it out, but like me and fire just doesn't seem like a safe thing. So that is your birthday. Josh McKinney is over in the locker room, and if you'll take him there. Jamie will be by himself.
Yeah.
Make your sad face.
Did you have fun, by the way?
I did have fun.
As always, okay.
Look at the
wrist. Woo! Didn't like popcorn balls if somebody gave you one of those?
No, I
All
threw
right.
those away. Nobody likes popcorn balls. Exactly what our director Jesse just said in my.
All right, I just got crushed.
You
Dowdy to Fant to Taylor. That's our play of the week. Congrats to them. I quit.
Are you gonna read?
Oh, it is my turn to read. Where were you in 1995?
5 years old.
Okay. This has just been all the pieces. Michigan State will play Purdue. That's all you needed. They'll play in the Big Ten Championship.
First time in 7 years, I think you wrote for Michigan.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
hope it's right. We made me fact check that.
Can I get to your game now?
No, you can come to breakfast if you want.
All right, listen, come to breakfast.
biscuits and gravy, whatever, waffles. I can make whatever, pancakes.
Not like you.
No, I'm definitely the nicest guy.
Yeah. Well, it's not what Lauren says.
I've never been judged so hard in my life. That ends this show. Good night.
By the way, before we go, I'm gonna say enjoy your night, but let me just walk off set. I'm gonna come right back. You know, there's one thing that Lauren did for me this week that I've been complaining that Josh has not done in the past month. Now, she didn't give me a cup of ice, she got me a bowl of ice, because here at WYMT, apparently
I couldn't find the cups, okay, but I didn't look very hard.
Yeah.
I will say that. I just
But
bowl,
this shows your
ice.
dedication.
Yeah.
Like, Josh wouldn't even do this for me.
Dedicated to the game. Good night.
I'm gonna take it back.
Thank you for watching the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. We're gonna go eat cupcakes and make these little things make noise. Woo!
The icing's good.
Good night.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so that was fun.
That
right?
was really good. I don't want to hit you or anything. That was good. I was laughing. Got me
Come back in the truck. Okay, you're good.
all up in my emotions. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we're gonna do something at the end of the show. Obviously, you saw the last shot with Jesse. That was our director for basically a year and a half since we started the show. Then we gotta bring in the new guy because Jonathan, for like the last 5 months, has been. Did you put your mic on?
Yeah, my mic's
Good.
on.
You can talk. Yes. You've done a good job, man. We appreciate you seriously for
It's
real.
been fun. I've enjoyed it.
We're gonna do yeah.
Because I will say that Jamie is not the easiest person to
Work with.
No. I guess to work with when you're learning something. Like Jonathan just picked up directing, and Jamie's like, "So can we do this, with that, and
Yeah,
mix this?"
that
And he's
happens.
just like,
What?
"Yeah," and he did it, and it was always executed very well, and so we really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
It's been fun.
Cool. Well, we're glad, and it was fun. I think it was a great year. We still love Jesse. We can't lie. We love Jesse that much. That's why I showed
We all
him
miss
that
Jesse.
That's cool. Maybe we'll see each other maybe back here next year. But until then,
Another
that's it.
sports overtime season in the books.
The books. You want to close it out? Who wants to close it out? I feel awkward in the middle.
Good night.
Good night.